Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2 are, in my opinion, one of the best open world games, or maybe even the best open world games what you can play. I mean, just look at the details from both games. The first part and the second part, just the animations are on such a high level. Just name one other game where you can actually find those animations and those details. There's so much love in details. You can clearly see how much time Rockstar actually spent in developing those games. So now the question is, why are we now having such a lazy port? Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel. And no, this is not Red Dead Redemption, that's The Witcher 3 on the PlayStation 5. And the reason is quite simple why I'm showing you this instead of Red Dead Redemption. I don't have this game. I'm not willing to spend $70 on a lazy port like that, what we have right now. I'm not willing to it. And the reason why I'm showing you The Witcher 3 is just to remind you how it should be done. I mean, just to remind you, okay? The Witcher 3 was released, I can't even remember, but some time ago we got a PlayStation 5 Xbox Series update. So we have a native PlayStation 5 version in this optic in 60 FPS, free of charge. It was just an update. They didn't ask for any money, and I would be more than happy to spend money on an update like this. More than happy, because they put a lot of work into this compared to Rockstar Games, but they're still asking for $70 here in Australia, and we're not getting even a PlayStation 5 version, a native PlayStation 5 version or a native Xbox Series version, and on top it's still not available on the PC. So what is going on? Why is Rockstar Game actually doing this? And I can answer you the question, because so many people actually bought it. What is wrong with you? Really, I'm asking you. I'm not willing, again I said this already, I would be very happy if, let's say, we get a native PlayStation 5 version of Red Dead Redemption or Xbox Series X version, okay? I'm happy to pay $50 for this, with improvements what we have seen in The Witcher 3, because this is amazing. I would be more than happy to pay the money, but not for just a lazy port with very minor improvements. Okay, so let's talk about the improvements, what we have in Red Dead Redemption while we're actually watching The Witcher 3, and we have a very nice sunrise, or I don't know what's happening here actually. Anyway, the only thing, and of course I watched a couple of videos like Digital Foundry, I found the only really thing what was upgraded was of course aliasing and shadow quality. That's the only thing what you got in the port. So that's a port, it's not a remaster, not a remake, nothing, because there's literally no improvement. Even the user interface has the same resolution. The only thing what was changed apparently was the buttons, okay? And I'm not sure if I can actually show you some material from Red Dead Redemption, because Rockstar Game is also very restrict with copyright claims and stuff like that, okay? So apologize for that. Again, I'm not willing to spend $70 on a crap like this, to be very honest. And I still consider Red Dead Redemption and the second part as one of the best games ever made. Full stop. This has nothing to do with the lazy port, because if you played the game back then on a 360 as I did, and I'm very sure somewhere my physical copy is somewhere in Germany, I hope so, it was not thrown away. I need to get my stuff back really. Anyway, I played the game for the very first time, and back then 30 FPS was no issue, because you had a CRT TV or whatsoever, you know, it doesn't matter. And we were blown away from the quality of the game, the possibilities in the game, I told you already, animation. So back then maybe I was not old enough to understand actually what we're looking at. When you compare this nowadays, I mean, now we have here great animations and stuff like that, but when we compare now The Witcher 3 in terms of animation with Red Dead Redemption, the first part, this is actually not as good as Red Dead Redemption. That's my opinion. So there were years ahead of other games, okay, Rockstar games. So they put so much effort in That's why I can't understand why we have such a lazy port. I mean, I understand. It's about this. It's just about making money. And unfortunately, so many people just jumping on the train and buying this lazy port, because the only thing how Rockstar game would learn is if no one would buy the game. But this is always, it will never happen. And you know, I'm not even blaming the guys who buying the port. I'm not blaming anyone, because most of them are not technic nerds like we are, okay? They just like to play the game. Understandable, go for it, have fun, great game with minor improvements for 50 US dollars, 70 Australian dollars. I'm not blaming them. Go ahead and enjoy one of the best open world games, okay? But I don't know. After your experience like this or something like that, where you just get a patch, you know, and not just this, you know, they were after the was it patch 4.0, whatever, what improved this to the PlayStation 5 version, Xbox Series version, I think. There was some minor bug fixes after that, and just recently, not recently, a couple of weeks ago, they actually added the HDR slider in the game, which doesn't work quite as it should be, but hey, they're still improving this game and they're not asking for any money. So Rockstar game, can we please improve your, I don't know how to, your consumer mentality or your company mentality about us consumers. You know, it's terrible. It's really terrible from my point of view. From a company point of view, I can fully understand you, because sorry to say this, but there are so many idiots out there. They're buying this lazy port without any hesitation. And no, I'm not going to apologize for idiots, because there are idiots out there, they're supporting actually this, and they know exactly what Rockstar Games is doing, okay? So I'm not blaming the 13, 14, 15-year-old, they just like to enjoy a new game. No, not at all. But I'm blaming all the big outlets out there, like big YouTube channels. They're just not calling this crap out. Really, that's my opinion. We need to call companies out like that when they're doing something like that. Because the point is really, and I made this so many times, we have so great features in this game. We have so much love in this game in the first place when they developed the game. There's no doubt about this. Best open world games in the world. Red Dead Redemption and 1 and 2. Okay. Horizon Forbidden West is a good game, but it's not comparable at all with Red Dead Redemption. Not at all, okay? It's a nice action game, Horizon Forbidden West, but please don't compare this with a masterpiece like Red Dead Redemption, okay? But the fact that we have such a masterpiece and then we have such a lazy, crappy port makes me really, I don't know, I'm very, very angry actually about this. I don't know how you feel, but I would like to see this in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching me, and do me a favor, support games like The Witcher 3, because they putting really a lot of effort in maintaining their games, and this is nowadays, it is very important that we support something like that. Thank you.